Once again, this week we're starting with our live stream, and sorry, it was supposed to go on yesterday, and unfortunately I wasn't able to do it yesterday because I had a power blackout, and so because of that, let's start off with our lesson right away. So before we go on any further, let me just share this live stream link to my social media sites. Let me just show it here as I'm sharing it. So I want to go to youtube.com, I want to go to web.whatsapp.com, I want to go to facebook.com. I just want to share this live stream. Okay, so I can't see it here yet. Let me just check in my email. Oh, I will check this away from everyone. So let me just do this. Okay, so I have my Facebook app. I have everything is kind of overloaded my machine, and it's doing me a lot of things. Okay, my Gmail is telling me I'm now live. So, oh sorry, I wasn't supposed to have done that. Just hide this off. Okay. Yeah, so I have it. Just mute my computer a little bit. Here we go. So I want to share this to Facebook. Okay. Share this to Facebook. It's taking long to load. Okay. So for those of you who are joining in using this link on Facebook, I'm so happy to see you here, and let's go on. Let me just share the same link to my other social media accounts. Okay. 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 Right. So still sharing with everyone. I want people to join as many as can. Let me do it right here. Send it to my WhatsApp. Okay. Right. So here we go. Yes. So let me do it. Other channels. Okay, let me just copy this link and get to my app. Yeah, I have to keep speaking to keep everyone busy, you know, because yeah, this is going. I want to have this on my yes. Okay. So this is live right now, and we're going to dive into what we're supposed to be doing right away. So without wasting any more time, let's get in. Going to open a new tab, close this off. I finished sharing the information, so let's start with what we're supposed to be doing today. So just like before, I've been teaching you HTML web design, and in our HTML web design, we've actually been learning basics. We've learned how to set up a skeleton of an HTML. We've learned how to use paragraphs. We've learned how to use headings, images, links. We've learned how to change font colors, sizes, and types. We've learned how to insert background colors. Let me just check to make sure my audio is going through. Okay, good. We're good to go. So I was saying we've learned how to change background colors, aligning text, bolding, and italicizing. And so all along what we've been learning, we've just been dropping content into the web page. We've not been taking control of the content. And so in this section of our HTML, actually let me create a folder called learn HTML3. So new folder, let me call it learn HTML3. So we're going to learn how to control content in our web pages. So let me just open this up with Visual Studio Code. Previously I've been using Codium, but this time actually Codium refused to do for me things the way I wanted. So I created this folder. Sorry, I was still on full screen and I didn't realize it. So I right clicked, I pointed at new folder, then I got the new folder, gave it a name. For now I don't want it. Let me just move it to the recycle bin. That's another way of deleting things. And so we've been doing that, and so this time I want us to do something quite different. And let's learn how to control content in our web pages. So let's just create a new document. Let me call it index.html. And so this is our index document. So we're going to try to learn how to control content in our HTML document. I told you for every HTML document, we need our HTML skeleton. And this is where we are. It's the HTML boilerplate. All right, so let's start. So many times we want to control content on our web pages, and when I was learning how to do HTML, it was quite difficult for us to do these HTML web pages. We had to find ways of controlling content, and for controlling content it was quite hard for us. So what did we do? We used to use tables. So the first thing we're going to learn is how to deal with tables. So let me just call this document tables. And so how do you create a table in HTML? So to create a table in HTML, we use the table tag. So let me just create some space here. So this is how we do it. You say table, and then inside your table, what is the next thing you have to do? You have to add in a row. How do you add in a row in a table? You use the keyword tr, and after creating a row, then you now have to create columns inside that table. So to create a column, we use td, as some people call it table data. So let's say, for example, I have something here, like let's say I want to capture information, maybe some contacts. Let me have here an h1, then let me say my contacts. So let me just open this up in a web browser, using live server. So let's have this on the right and this on the left. Let me hide this off. So we have my contacts, something of this kind. So the first contact I want to insert maybe serial number. Let me call it hash. I want to repeat this over. I just hold down Alt and Shift and then press arrow down. And let me also press Alt and Z to make sure I can see everything. And for now, I don't need these meta tags, just to make sure we can see everything which is on screen. So if I save this, I should only see hash. So I have here name, and this way email, and maybe telephone number. So I have something that looks like this, but still I can't see the borders. What I'll do is I'll go into my table, add in a property called border, and add in just a number 1. And with that, I'll be able to see borders. We shall see how to deal with borders later. So now, to add any more information below here, I have to create a new row. So I will create a new row below this tr. I'll come here, tr, like that, then td. That's the first person. Let me just repeat this over. And then here I want to have here the name. Maybe let me have the name Mike. Maybe his email is mike@nhcr.com. Maybe his telephone number is +1 2 4 5 7 8, something of this kind. It's just random. So you can see as I keep saving, things keep getting added there. So I want to create another row, tr. Then add in more columns. I need 4 of them. So this is number 2. Let me save this so you can see that I already have where to put in that information. Maybe this one is called maybe Daphne. Maybe her email is daphne@mailinator.com, and her phone number is +2 561234567. That's okay. So I have Daphne. Let me add another one. TD 3 times. Number 3. Save it. Good. This one is called email is mark@jda.com. Maybe his telephone number is, just putting in random numbers. All right, so we can see that I'm able to keep adding rows into my table, and if I want to have more and more of those, I'll just have to keep doing that. Now, what happens if, maybe let me just recap this a bit. To create a table, we start with the table tag. To create a row, we use TR. To create a column, we use TD. How about if I comment out this, or let me not just comment out, let me delete it completely. See what will happen. You will see that name will actually be in the first column, email in the second column, and telephone number in the third column, and the fourth column will have telephone numbers but no header. So whenever we are making these, we actually have to make sure that the number of columns matches the number of rows, except if you want to make a column that goes across, I mean a header that goes across multiple columns, or something that goes across multiple rows. So we are happy to have done that. So now how about, I think let's do that. Let me just do H1. Let me have H2. Second table. Maybe in this table I want to make something to do with maybe classes. So here I want a table, and in this table I want to add in a row, and in this row I only want one column, and this is called year 7. And below this row I want to have student name, and then age. So I still have to do this border 1. Okay. So let me not just do age. Let me have maybe they have marks in math. Is it math like this or just math? English and maybe science. So if I do this, you'll notice that this year 7 is only affecting the first row, but I want this to go across all these columns. I mean, it's only affecting this first column. I want this to go across multiple columns. So the keyword we shall use is call span. So we shall type in call span. If I type in 1, nothing will change. Now if I type in 2, you'll see that it is now spanning 2 columns. Excuse me, allow me to mute my iPad because it's beginning to speak too much. What is this? Do not disturb. Good. So if I put in call span 3, you'll see that now this goes across to all these. And let me try to add, to make it, how many columns do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I put in call span 5 here, I should get something that goes across the whole table, and I also want to give it a style. No, style. Then I want to give it text align center, something else kind. So I have this in the middle, and that will be good. So now I can add in my students. Let me add in just 2 students. So let me just duplicate this 2 times 1 2. First student name is just making up names. Age is 14. Math you got 56. English you got 92. And in science you got 64. So let's have the next student. Let's have okay, age 15. Don't laugh at the names I'm using. Maybe let's say 13. In math you got 12. He's really bad at it. English you got 22. And science you got 31. So yeah, so you can see that I'm able to add in multiple values into my tables, and I have made this go across multiple columns. I could also have something like let's say I want to do something like H2, maybe maybe I want to do something like duty rotor, and in this duty rotor I want to have something to do with maybe table, and I want to have a row here and TD. Let's have day. TD day, and then let's have field. So let me just make duplicate this 4 times. Field, maybe dining hall. Maybe this is a duty rotor for staff. Dining hall, and then let's have it eastern stairs. Then western stairs. So let me see how this will look. I still need to give this border 1. I could also want to collapse borders. I could do it using inline CSS. So border collapse, and I say collapse like this. So I can only have 1 line. Yeah, this is just an additional for those who want to see something different. So I've reduced on the size so that you could see that this is 1 line. So now in the next row, I want to have Monday, and on Monday the following people are going to be working. Let me not do it this way. Let me not do it this way. Let me have day. Okay. 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 Let me have something that looks like this. Okay, good. So let me just format this. Just trying to think out something that's quite complicated. So I want to give this a row span. I want this day to go across, not really, day and duty. Day, let me have a location, then teachers, something of this kind. Okay, good. So I think I'm in business now. So I want this day I want the first one to be on Monday. So TD Monday, like this. So I want Monday to be here, but Monday should go across downwards. So let me first get rid of this, like this. So Monday should go downwards. And I want something like field, dining hall. Oh, I don't know how I can do this very fast. Let me do this. I want here to have Monday, then field, dining, eastern stairs and western stairs downward. So that means I have to have these in the next TR. So cut this out. TR, have this here. Let me just fit in this. Copy this. So I want to fit in this here and fit in this here. Let me see how it goes. Good. So I want to give this Monday a row span of 2. Let's see what we shall get. So row span to be equal to 1. Won't change anything, but if I give it 2, good. This is what I wanted to have. Monday to go across field. I want it even to reach even the dining hall. I need to reach the eastern stairs and western stairs. So I'll need it to go across 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So let me give this a row span of 4. This might look complicated because of complicated things, but basically what I'm doing is without this, I'm doing this. So, and also this, let me get this out for now. I want to have a day behind location, and this day should go across field, dining hall, eastern stairs and western stairs, and each of them should have a teacher for each of the fields. So like for example, let's have here, I want to have someone like maybe let's say Steve. Let's have here Mike. In the eastern stairs, let's have Janet. And then in western stairs, let's have maybe Danish, like that. So I want all these to be allocated to one day. So what I'll do is up here, I'll create here a TD and call it Monday. Okay, then I want this Monday to go across all these. So I'll give it a row span of, if I give it 3 to cover up 3 of these, and yet I want it to go up to the 4th one. So row span of 4, and that should give me something that looks like this. So here I think I'm okay. And also I'll need to put here the day title for this. So day is Monday. In location we have field, dining and essential teachers. We have this. So I've done that for the first day, Monday. So for the second day, I'll have to copy all these like this. And with Visual Studio Code, all I have to do is Shift Alt and arrow down, and I'll have another row. So all I have to do is to change this to Tuesday. And on Tuesday, in the field, I want to have Samsung. In the dining hall, I want to have Christopher. In the eastern stairs, I want to have Pamela. And in the western stairs, I want to have Florence. So I've been able to create another one. With this row span, I'm able to make this be behind all these others. You'll notice that I have 3 columns here, but one column I've given the row span of 4, so which means it's affecting this and this and this. Someone asked me, how about if I give it a row span of, let's say 7? You won't see anything. It will only affect if I try to create another set of such down this way. Let me do this. Let me give this a row span of 4 again. 4, and call this Wednesday. So you'll see that this is actually affecting even this. See this? Tuesday is affecting this, and somehow this way it's messing up everything. So in case you do not master your spans well, you might mess up things. When I save it, you'll notice that everything has been rectified. So with this, I've been able to create something that is spanning multiple rows. I've created here something that is spanning multiple columns. Now, someone will ask me, is that all we can do for tables? No, that is not it. There is a lot of stuff that you can do with tables, and let's try this out. Let me just create a new file here, and let me call it tables2.html. Hit enter. Okay. As usual, my HTML boilerplate. I don't need this. Control X. Right now I don't need it, but I can still leave it. Let me leave it. Just doesn't affect anything. So let's call this beta tables. And so after doing that, let me open this with live server. I have it this way, and let me also format it to make sure I have things spaced out well. And let's see how we can work with beta tables. Now, to have beta tables have actually headers, and it can have a header, a head, a body, and a footer. So how do we do it? So let's first start with our table like this, and t-head. So here I can now try to create my rows. Now this is the information that will be in the header of your table. So to define a title for our column, we use th like this. Then I can say maybe I think let me try to do something that looked like this. Now let me start with this. Let me call this year 7 class. This time let me use the word class so that it looks different. And when I save this, that to have our year 7 class, let's do this. Border equal to 1. Actually, let's use CSS for this. Let me say style border. Let me give it a border of 1 pixel. Okay. I also need to tell you that the border is solid. Okay, good. That is done. I can also change the color of the border and say maybe it's blue. But this will only put a border around the table. Let me not do this. Let me just say border is equal to 1. That's much better for me. All right. So in our header still, we need to create a row with th. Let's give this number. Number. Let me have your name and age. So I have this. So let me give this a column span of 3. 3. So we have this, good enough. So now, for us to have a better table, if we have the head, then we must have also the body. So using the keyword tbody, we can now create our rows and then create our columns td. And let me have the number 1 belonging to belonging to someone called Ikubagenzi Mike. Okay, age is 15. Okay, so you'll notice something. When I use th, it automatically makes the text bold and centered. So if I need to make more, I can just copy this down, and you'll notice that I'm able to do this and things are working so well. Or let me give it a heading, H2 my students. So yes, that is that. So with better tables, our table can have a header, and it can also have a footer. How do we do it? We say tfoot, and then we also create rows, and we can also do td or th. By the way, you could also choose to change these from td to th. Oh wait, sorry, I needed to do it from here. td to th. And what will happen is that it will make it bold. You see this has been made bold because I changed this to th. Yeah, so I could do here td, and in my td I could say maybe these are the students or in my class. Okay, so let me give it call span of 3, so I can have it going across. These are the students in my class. Good. So that's about doing tables, and quite happy that we've reached this far, and I want us to go on. Now with this we can also apply the previous things that we learned. For example, I could say here style. Oh, let me start from here. I could add inline CSS style. I gave you an example of border collapse, and I said collapse, and that makes the borders to be one single line. I could also give it a color, and I say not counter reset, color of green, and everything will become green. You can see this has become green. Let me zoom in just for us to see. I could also say background color. Oh, by the way, there's something that you need to know here. Let me just do this. If I have a color with VS Code, I can just come here, and when I click on this, it changes it to hex code. I can change it to HSL. I can change it to RGB, and when I drag this, I can change it to RGBA. You see that? So I'm able to do a lot of stuff here and there. For now, I don't want RGBA. I'll talk about that later. Let me switch it back to, let's use hex code. I could also say maybe I want a background color of black, and yes, I'm able to adjust my table in any way that I want. I could also come here and I say style, font family, and I say I want it to have something like this. I'm able to do very many things. I can also say text decoration, and I say double. Actually, let me just say underline. That's easier for us. So you see that our text has been underlined, so you can add all that in there. So that's about tables and better tables and things of the kind. In fact, I was saying down here we could say let's give it a th, yes, and then give it a style. Let me say text transform. Let me capitalize. Yes. Let's just leave it at that. Let's keep going. Because I want today to do this live stream in just a short while. Let me see how long we've been online. Yes, currently we have been online for about let's close this. We've been online for about 33 minutes. So now another thing that we use for controlling our text is what we call div and span. Div and span are used for splitting out text into specific sections, and at later stages we shall be using them so much. So let me just write here div span.html like that. Start with my usual HTML boilerplate, Alt Z, div and span, and span. Okay, so here we go. All right, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's work on our div and span. Open with live server, and unfortunately it has appeared this way. Let me bring it here. Okay, format, and let's do something. Let me close off all these other tabs, because the more tabs you have open, the more your web browser uses your RAM. So let's say, for example, I want to create a table with a section called heading. So I'll have your div. This is for the heading. H1, welcome to Joseph Opio's site. So this is my H1, and then below it I want to have a small tagline of something like the man like everyone else, but with let me not speak good about myself. Let me say the teacher of computer science, something of this kind. So you'll notice that I've actually put this content within this div tag. Div tag is used for dividing content into multiple sections. Let me have maybe a welcome section, and I say maybe H2, what to expect. Okay, what to expect. Right below it, let me have a paragraph, and I'm going to put in dummy text, lorem tab. So I have a small paragraph here. Let me add in another paragraph. P lorem with 50 words, lorem 50, like this. So I have 2 paragraphs, and then maybe let's have another section, div, and let's have this section to be maybe where we're going to do an advert, maybe H2, want to know more, and then have a paragraph, paragraph lorem, maybe let's give it 25. Okay, so let's say in the header we want it to be gray. No, we want it to be maroon with gold text. So I'll say style, background color, maroon. Another way of writing maroon is a hash 08000, like this. Oh wait, 08 and 4 zeros. That is maroon, is it? And then color gold. Is it really that? I don't think so. Let me just write in maroon. Yeah, maroon is quite different from that. Let me see, what was it? It is 80, not 08. 80. Yes, so I have maroon. Now I'm seeing something. My HTML is having a lot of padding around things. So let me go into the body tag and give it style. Let me give it a margin of 0. How does this look? Good. Then I also want to give it a padding of 0. I'm resetting everything. Padding of 0, like this. Let me have a border sizing. Is it border sizing or box? Box sizing. Let me give it a border box. You'll get to know why I use this as we go on. So for this main section, I want to give it a style with a background color of black. For now, I'm using words and a font color of white. Sorry, color of white, something of this kind. Let me give it a padding. Let me give it a margin top of 0. Okay. Let me click here. So margin top of 0. We shall get to know all this later. And let me give some also margin bottom of 0. Margin bottom of 0. I want this gap to be closed up. I don't know why it is not getting closed up, but shall get to see it later. Maybe with this one, I want to say maybe this one should be blue. So I can give it style, color, blue. So you'll notice that whatsoever is within whatsoever div tag will actually get the properties of that div tag. So let me add a paragraph with 200 words. Lorem 200. See what we get. The 200 words have been added on, but they are all getting the properties which I defined here. So that is about the div tag. Now, div tag differs from the span tag because of this. Let me just get this out from here. Let me get this out from here. Let me get this out. Let me get this down this way. Let me get it down this way. Yes, so it is down here. Good. You will notice that oh, we haven't yet noticed anything. Maybe I want to have this Joseph Opio. Let me just say best site, something of this kind. And of course, the best site is not a site is not a science teacher. All right. So I want to give this a different style from this one here. We always use that when we are when we are doing a lot of like design. You'll find that I can give this text here a different color from this. How do I do it? I have to use the span tag. So span like this. Span. Let me just do the tag manually. Span like this. Just rubbed off the word best. Let me just type it in. See, nothing has changed. I've saved it, but nothing has changed. Let me also wrap this in a span tag. So let me say span and get this down in here like this. Okay, so now I can choose to apply any style here. I can say color, style, color, red. See what happens? It's the same word, same line, but this. So assuming, let me just maximize this for a while and you see this. Let me zoom it in. Assuming I take out this space here between the span tags and save, see what will happen to my HTML. It actually gets no space between, but each one having a different color. Why? Because I'm using different span tags for each of the words separately. So there's this span tag with the style red, and the other one has a different span tag. I could say maybe this one, I want to give it also a color, style, color of blue. See what will happen? Both of them get different colors, but the colors are only affecting what's in whatever span tag. Now, with the span tag, I can actually be able to even split up text. Like, for example, let me do something here. Let me just work on span specifically. So let me say span .html, just for us to be able to do this, and we see what we are doing. Okay, good. So save this, open this in a browser, open a live server. Let me get this out. So span tag alone, span alone. Let me just call it like that. So you can see span alone up here, and format this. So let's try this out. So I'm going to have something like a microphone. Let me have it as an H1. Okay. Out. Good. So I have the word microphone here. I want to wrap each of these letters in a span tag. Let me just clean it up like this, just to make sure I have each of them in a separate line. Save it. So it's going to space them out, because to your web browser, whatever doesn't have a tag is actually a separate, it's a separate word. So let's wrap this around the span tag. Span. Okay, it's refusing. Let me just do this. Span. Then I want to wrap M within the span tag, and I'm going to do the same for all these. So let me just copy, paste. Actually, there's a trick of doing this in HTML. You can, in Visual Studio Code, you can just hold down Ctrl and Alt, bring your press arrow down, and then paste it there. So after pasting, I still want all these closing tags. So Shift, Ctrl X, front arrow, Ctrl V. save this. So now I have my words spaced out, but still when I save this, file save, still you don't see any difference. So now here I can say I want to give it style, color, green. It will only affect the letter, that letter. So let me do this, style, color, let me use coral. Yeah, coral color, good. I'm just making random colors, not using any design ethics in any way. I can even give it a background color. Background color, black. You'll see that only that letter will get that background color. Oh wait, I wanted black. And let me give it a color of white. Color. Something like this. Let me give this actually let me do this for all of them, because I'm going to be doing the same thing. Style, okay, background color, okay, that's enough. I can work on them one by one. Background color pink, and let me give you some background color red, and background color aqua. Give it some background color maroon. Let me use magenta. Give some background color yellow. Give some background color of let me just zoom out this text a bit, just for us to be able to see. Let me give some background color of what am I typing? Let me use teal. Some background color of purple. And now for something like teal, I want to give it a color of oh, sorry, I'm making this mistake so many times. Yellow. So now you will notice that all my text now has different colors, background colors and different colors. So what I want to do right now, let me just enlarge this a bit. I want to put all these in a straight line without spaces between them, something like this, without spaces between the closing and the opening span tag. The shortcut I'll use is I'll just come here, Ctrl and Alt, arrow down, backspace, 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 and I think I've done it all at once. And when we look at what I have this way, you notice that I have one word but with differing backgrounds. So with the span tag, I'm able to split out a piece of text or just something specific, and I'm able to give it a color specific to it. So basically what we've been learning today is how to control text and how to control content. And right now we've been able to use tables, we've been able to use div tags, we've been able to use span tag. Now next time when we get back here, I'm sure we shall be able to do a lot of other things here and there. And thank you so much for watching. Today I was aiming for 45 minutes, but I've been able to teach in 49 minutes, and it's about 50 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. If you have watched this far, please help me click on that like button, as long as you feel you've been helped. And also share with your friends if you like the video. If you hate it, share with your enemies. No? And I'm so happy for you to have watched up to this time. And allow me wish you well. Yesterday I was supposed to have this live stream, but because of power outage, it was quite hard for me. And for today, at least I've been able to have it. Hopefully I'm going to transfer my live streams from Saturday to Sunday, because on Sunday I don't have noise around. Like right now, I'm sure you're not hearing any noise. And so our live stream has gone on and on and on, and I'm so happy that you've watched up to this time. Hope to see you again next time. Have a great time, everyone. Bye bye.